Welcome to Quiet Mind Studio. Today, I want to share the beginning of my cozy fantasy novel, Knead and Remember. The Bakery of Forgotten Spells. A story about bread, memories, and the things we are afraid to lose. In a small village bakery, some recipes are not written down, because they remember themselves. This is the story of Hazel Larkspur, and the first memory that came back through a loaf of bread. The bakery did not open for customers. It opened for losses. Hazel Larkspur understood this the way she understood the weight of proofed dough beneath her palm. Not as a taught fact, but as something her hands had always known. Some mornings the bell above the door stayed silent until noon. Other mornings it rang before she'd unlocked it, because someone on the cobbles of Thistlewick had woken missing a piece of themselves. And the shop had felt it before Hazel did. "Morning, biscuit," Hazel said, lifting the cloth from the crock on the windowsill. The starter bubbled. Once. Twice. A small contented plip. Hazel chose to take that as a greeting. Her grandmother had always sworn the starter had moods. Hazel hadn't believed it, until the week after the funeral. His name, over a cup of chamomile he didn't remember asking for, was Mr. Pemberton. He had buried his wife Edith 11 months ago. And somewhere in the long gray stretch of grief since, her face had begun to slip, a blurring at the edges, like a photograph left too long in the sun. "I remember the shape of loving her," he said. "I remember her laugh. But when I try to see her, there's only fog." Hazel found the recipe waiting. Not in the cookbook, not in the drawer, but where the bakery kept the things that needed to be found. Honey lavender loaf. For what love forgets, not what love loses. Cost unknown. "I can help," Hazel said. "But I need you to understand. It isn't instant. And it isn't free." Mr. Pemberton ate the loaf standing at the counter. And on the third bite, his whole face changed. Not slowly, but all at once, like a window thrown open. "Oh," he whispered. "Oh, there she is." Some memories hurt because they mattered. Some things are precious because they cannot be replaced. And sometimes, healing does not mean forgetting the past. It means finding a way to hold it again. This is only the beginning of Hazel's story. Continue the journey in Knead and Remember. The Bakery of Forgotten Spells.